Good morning, my friends. This is the Grim Flayer. Hope you're doing very well today. This is like the 40th video that I've made in the past couple weeks, but it's actually the first league that I've played in probably 2.5, 3 weeks. I've just been busy with other things, but fortunately, I have my good friend and a Merfolk master, but also a Rakdos master, TheDogFish, here to co-pilot with me. This is going to be epic. We've got Mr. Mirabito waiting in the wings to help us during the league as well, and maybe other people will show up, so this is kind of an impromptu Discord league / co-play. And I'm going to bring Dogfish in just a moment to tell us what the list is up to. But first, I got to shout out Warrior Dwarf, a Confidant tier Patreon supporter, all-around awesome guy, big Rakdos fan, and this was his request. He wanted to see Grimflayer MTG and TheDogFish, plus anyone else in our community who's hyped about Rakdos, play through a league together before MH2 upends the format. That's what we're doing here. Thank you, Warrior Dwarf. Big shout out to you. I also got 4 new patrons who have basically all said that it's a direct result of the avalanche of spoiler content I've been putting out lately. So Spencer at the Inquisitor tier, Elijah at the Unearthed tier, Noah, a returning tireless tier patron, and Burned, a brand new tireless tier. Super generous, my friends. Thank you so much. Thanks to all patrons. And now, Dogfish, how you doing, my friend? And whatever you'd like to talk about guiding us through this list, go for it.
Yeah, we're doing good over here, man. We are pretty excited to play this league. We haven't been able to play much Magic together over the last couple of years, so this will be a fun one regardless of outcome here.
Yes,
and we get to play. We get to play my fun mid-range deck that you convinced me to join the mid-range hordes for here, and I chose Rakdos.
That's right. And life has never been the same since then, right? Yeah, I haven't looked back.
So yeah, here in I guess if we're gonna start a little deck tech here, we're definitely a mid-range deck here with the one big free win in Blood Moon here that kind of puts you in a different position to have an unfair win con, opposed to traditional GBX strategies where you can cleanly answer everything. You don't have catch-all answers in Abrupt Decay and Trophy, so you need a little cheese.
That's right, man. And it's such a good fit because obviously with 2 colors, we are not going to moon ourselves out too badly most of the time. And with Magmatic Channeler, this has been a missing piece for Rakdos. You are able to filter through not only to the right half of the deck in general, but also digging toward moon if it's the win, and looting it away if it's not. And that's, I think, a big key to this deck's success, and you've had a lot of success with it lately. This is your most recent list, but we have made a couple tweaks to it. But 7 discard spells, 4, that's another good thing about Channeler, by the way. You can play that slightly higher count, pitch them if they are not what you need in the mid to late game. 4 each of Push and Bolt, although you did mention that Bolt could maybe be trimmed down to 3. I've added a 23rd land in the form of Castle Locthwain. You usually play 22 Dogfish. This is just kind of a slight difference in ethos, but the 23rd land at least brings a lot of utility. And then we got 2 Bonecrusher, 3 Lily, 3 Kroxa, 3 Dreadbore, 3 of the aforementioned Blood Moon, 4 Spyro. Lots of very powerful cards. Is there anything in that main deck that stands out to you, maybe that is conspicuous by its absence if we've trimmed it, or stuff you really want to highlight here?
I think one card you'll see, we have 1 copy in our sideboard here, but we're kind of playing free of K-Command in these builds. That's the thing that seems missing in a Rakdos main deck. There's just not a lot of great targets despite it being very valuable. 2 damage is a little weak currently.
Yeah.
And that leans towards the Lightning Bolt as well, turning into a Dreadbore in the main board. Bolt is not guaranteed to kill Prowess creatures anymore.
Yeah, very true, well said, and I agree with all of that. Yeah, I think Kolaghan's Command was like part of what helped put Rakdos on the map. It's like, well, we've got such good cards, look at all this, and Kolaghan's Command is on that list. But you're right, if you're really paying attention, it's just like, it's obviously still going to always be decent, but maybe not quite as well positioned as we might hope, so that's why it's relegated to a 1 of in the sideboard. Now, speaking of that sideboard, this is something that I kind of made a pretty strong case for. Dogfish agreed. I know that it's not a perfect solution all of the time, but I think Liliana's Triumph is really well positioned now. Since the last time I played, Through the Breach, Emrakul decks have shot up to second place in the meta. This is great against them. This is great against Bogles. It's often, if you're finding enough removal that you need in any kind of a removal matchup, this is ultimately as good as anything else. Now, it is a little bit bad when your opponent's going wide, obviously, but my thinking here is that if you can't keep up with their go wide anyway, maybe Triumph makes it even worse. Maybe it's not quite what lost you the game, though. So we're trying to couple Liliana's Triumph. Otherwise, this is DOGFish's sideboard that he's had a lot of luck with, a lot of good success with. I think a third Pillage is a recent addition. Pillage in general, kind of a recent addition for you, actually. Kalitas has done work for you. A couple Collective Brutality, a Necessary Evil, maybe. One of Ashiok, 3 Spellbomb, 2 Explosives. Looks like a really powerful sideboard to me. We also had a Pithing Needle that didn't make the cut, but was in contention. Anything you'd like to say about that 15, DOGFish?
Yeah, I think you've seen Rakdos up until maybe the last month and a half also kind of playing Blood Moon out of the side, and now you're forced into those 3 pillages. Tron and E-Tron are everywhere, and Titan. You can maybe get the wins with Blood Moon, but you need more help. It's plain and simple as that.
Yeah, and also helps make up for not playing as many K commands, right? Just that extra shatter effect. I love Pillage. So good.
Yep, you definitely need that for the occasional ensnaring bridge when you really kind of have Tron and E-Tron at the back foot and they hit Karn and you're just stuck, unable to blow that up. So you can't really go with only, 2 artifact destructions against Tron. So that's nice as well.
For sure. Awesome. Well, great stuff, man. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks again to Warrior Dwarf for suggesting this wonderful idea. And now, let's play some Rakdos midrange in Modern. Gonna be a good time. Oh, the prophecy comes true. We're against Obosh. Oh, no. This is a really slow hand. It's functional, but we're on the draw and it's slow against Obosh. Do we mull this?
This is a tough one because you can look at this 2 ways. You can grind very well, which you're going to have to do against an Obosh deck with this hand, but you also are not killing on anything on turn 1 or turn 2.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you guys. I'm definitely seeing either side. Mirabido. I also see Cheddar Goblins with us. What's up, man? And if you guys have any thoughts, let them know. Let us know.
Hola, carnals.
How are you, man?
Pretty good. I was just gonna say, I think Obosh is pretty grindy itself, so Obosh sometimes has kind of grindy mid-range hands.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the hand, but that's just me.
I think we're keeping.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
You keep this knowing that you have a fail rate here.
Sweet. I love it. Leaning into the mid-range ethos of let's keep enough resources to maximize our chances and then find a way to win. So we want to fade a turn 1 threat, and we did, and we dropped Bonecrusher. Let's go. All right. So they're main decking Blood Moon, right? So are we going to fetch double Swamp, or no, because we need double red here? Maybe just play the Cliffs or the Mire?
Yeah, I think you also could potentially need a Revolt for a Seasoned Pyromancer or a Bonecrusher Giant, but you are right that maybe we play it next turn anyway.
Yeah.
The Bloodstained Mire and lead on maybe Swamp or Blackcleave Cliffs. Or
oh, sorry.
I don't think it really.
I don't think it matters.
It probably doesn't matter.
I'll try not to tank over every little decision because we gotta move with a few of us in the too many cooks in the kitchen. But I think this opening though is worth talking about. This opening hand for sure. I'll also try not to be too rusty here. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Wow. Is M. Hayashi on Mutavault these days, or is the opponent going spice mode on us?
I guess a little bit different than what Zoetic Cavern that Hayashi was playing.
Yeah, that was a special one. Are we getting a Channeler down, or are we going to hold up Stomp here? I
think you do. There's a lot of 2 damage based removal in this deck that maybe Channeler just sticks right here, surprisingly.
Yep. I guess the downfall here would be if they just bolt, then like untap, attack with Mutavault, play a light up off of a third land. We could kind of like turn their hand on in a way that we wouldn't have if we passed. But I do agree with the way our hand's shaping up. We definitely want to make a play this turn. And do we really want to stomp them upstairs just to not time walk ourselves? If they don't do anything, probably not.
If they play Pyromancer, our stomp isn't really affecting necessarily a go wide board.
Right, agreed.
Kind of nice to see cost being paid over here. Maybe he's stuck on 1 red and 1 brown mana here. Nope.
Okay.
Mudavault with Blood Moon?
Yeah, interesting indeed. But, yeah, so are we going to Spyro, maybe pitch Flats Lily?
I agree with that line.
Okay. Okay.
Which is it's all right. We have a free pitch fodder here,
Exactly.
with a couple good cards in our hand too. So.
Yep. So far, I think our keep of just the value hand has been quite rewarded, and I just wonder what else they're sitting on. Maybe just more removal.
Yeah, maybe his value cards that he doesn't really want to pitch his hand out to Pyromancer, or like you don't really want to hard cast a Bonecrusher.
Sure. Light up. Yup. Okay. No 4th land? Okay, they're curving out nicely. Very nicely.
They definitely are, but they kind of used a lot up just to kind of peg our board. That was a great draw.
Yeah, it was. So, certainly a few different lines here. Are we just kicking off with Spyro, looting away the obvious too, or do we want to maybe
consideration.
Mess with Magmatic Channeler again? She's just like, it'd be nice to stick her, but we're not particularly close to making a 4/4 out of her.
Yeah, I think you couldn't go wrong with either one of those lines, to be honest. Maybe we just get new cards here. We know he's kind of got to play a Pyromancer next turn and use up most of his mana.
Cool. I'm with it, and I agree that either line's pretty good here.
You don't necessarily need to stomp right away because it's not a hasting threat like in Prowess or...
Exactly.
Lily is back.
Lily's back. All right, cool.
Which actually might be all right if we can Lily and Stomp or Lily and Channeler this turn. If he kind of empties out his hand to get this Pyromancer on the board and then draw 2 new cards, we'll have an empty board presence.
Absolutely. And then if we can stick her, it'll be tough maybe for them to put Obosh in hand without us +1ing it out of there. It's definitely a decent spot for Lily here, whereas in many, many progressions, it would not be. She'd either be locked out by the moon or she just wouldn't be that relevant. But
and your point about Obosh is nice too, where to make, like, if we hit a random Thoughtseize off the top here, in another case you might not want that, but here it's not really that bad of a draw.
Exactly. What kind of outs do we have to Obosh main deck? We have 3 Dreadbore if it resolves. Is that about it?
Liliana Edict, 3 Dreadbore, slew of double spelling, I suppose.
Yeah, double
but
spells.
Yeah.
Yep. True. Although if we take down with Lily, they can dart her. That also kind of keeps Obosh down in a different way, though. Dart out of the graveyard. Oh, whoa. Wow.
He just threw away a Pyromancer?
It sure did. Okay. I mean, rewarded, I guess, because they find a couple 1-drops. But they're just going to burst lightning?
Whoa.
Okay, I don't know about any of that, but go off. All right,
Whoa.
so Now we've got some interesting plays. We can Lily tick up, although our hand's so good that I almost don't even want to do that. We can just play Channeler and play a land and pass. Attack with Elemental.
I would keep the land in hand here. We can kind of do everything we need to do other than stomp and bolt, but it's a free spin next turn, and we don't really need more than 4 land to function in Rakdos.
Okay, I like that a lot, actually. It's a good call.
Afternoon, my friends.
Good afternoon. How are you, man?
Pretty good. You guys hear a bunch of wind?
Nope.
Okay, sweet. I'm sitting outside and it's kind of windy.
The Juggernaut is here, running like the wind, my friends.
Ye Catalan has arrived.
Gia, cat loin, or the steel beer stud.
Yep.
How are we doing so far?
We're doing. Are we bolting in response here?
I like it.
I do too.
I like the bolt.
Yeah, this is game 1, round 1, so nothing, no results in the bank yet. But
Awesome.
Now that I said we bolt their guy, there's also a case to bolt our guy. Kill off the backside of Bonecrusher. I don't know if that's better. Just
Bonecrusher stomped
consider.
us. They went upstairs with that stuff.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense. Right, because it wouldn't kill Channeler.
Yep. OP
could
have
bolt
got
your
3
stomps.
light ups in the top 18 cards, so they're churning, but it's all a little clunky for them. Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Okay.
man.
Okay.
Looks like we have 3 Spires in the top 18.
Yeah, we also are doing that type of thing. I'm open to suggestions here, guys. We've got about 10 different lines.
I would just play
I don't
Liliana.
think-
I'd take discard of Blood Crypt.
I think our hand is so good that
Yeah, they're
I think we got to be careful. We got to be careful with not just blowing our own load here. So
Yeah.
I would just attack with our guys, stomp them, play Bonecrusher, pass, because then that way you forcing them to have to respond to that. And if they play a creature, you just Lily down tick. If they go wide, we can go wide with the Seasoned Pyromancer. I just think our hand is so excellent. Like, I think the only way we lose this game is if we somehow get rid of our own cards and then they catch back up.
I'm into that.
Throw out one alternative line, and it would be just play the land, passing through the turn with our Pyro tokens and holding up a stomp. But this is also a lot more proactive, and we're starting to kind of turn the corner here.
Yes, I like it all.
What all can they play from exile? Is it just the Bonecrusher Giant, or have the other 2 fizzled?
Nope, they'll... I think these 2 were both found last turn, and Bonecrusher can be played indefinitely, so they can play all 3. Play another Blood Moon. Oh, darn. Okay.
Opponent saw the line.
Okay, so...
We probably just get Liliana value now, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's good enough, even though it's clunky.
We might be facing down needing an answer to Obosh here soon, but we can get a lot of cards here and see a lot of cards, so...
Yep.
Well, by the time they get Obosh down, we're going to have a Liliana, right? So we'll have Liliana too.
He does have a Lava Dart, but that puts him further away from Obosh, so...
Gotcha. Now, I'm sure you guys have gone over this quite extensively, so I do apologize for this, but could you zoom in on those basics for me?
We have not, actually, and I'm glad that you did. I am debuting brand new basics from, I think, Mercadian Masks, is that right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've
those are
ever
good.
seen
I like
this.
those.
I have never seen them either, and I went through my collection, and I have Rakdos Shadow basic Swamps and Mountains that I love. They didn't feel as fitting for Rakdos midrange, so I went on a search on Card Hoarder, came up with these, and we'll show you the mountain when it comes up, too.
I like it.
Yeah. Man, I wish Magmatic Channeler was that new card that just got spoiled 10 minutes ago. What's it called? The Dothy?
Dothy Game Winner.
Yeah, Dothy Game Winner. That's the one.
I'm going to look that up.
Dothy, steal your girl.
Yep.
might have another influx of patrons after that video. I think Grim's gonna be a little bit hyped for that one.
I might go fully off the deep end this time.
Oh, is that the 2 black for the 3/2 shadow?
Yeah.
That card seems great.
Yeah, it does.
Like 2-mana graveyard hate that also happens to be really, really good against aggro and control and mid-range.
Yep, exactly.
Mid-range fans, we will soon be casting turn 3 Karns and blowing up Tron lands.
That's right. Love it.
You're getting a little sad. We had some mediocre black-based cards come out, and now there's a heater.
Just gotta be patient. Just gotta be patient. All right. So, okay. We like that. Are we going to just push Spyro here, or do you want to do something a little trickier with Channeler?
I think you just push, draw new cards here. We can get value in the token form here by going wide.
Yep. I think I'm going to leave a red open here. I think that's a little better on average. So we haven't seen many bolts yet, and, well, I guess we get to do both, but we should probably bolt the swamp.
Yep.
We don't want to attack with her. We don't want to spin the wheel now, right?
Correct, I think.
If we bolt, is she turned on? Like, we just bolt face, is she a 4/4?
No, we got one more to go.
Okay.
And we kind of know if he does nothing, this Bonecrusher's coming down.
Yep. So if we bolt Bonecrusher and then we draw another instant, we still don't quite have lethal, but we'll be close. We'll be one away. But if the instant's a damage spell, then they're dead, I guess, right? So we bolting here?
I think so. We know he's top decking. Like, we can't really, I think, die from this position. We have a 2-turn clock.
Yep.
I think we're doing fine.
You reduce the clock this way?
Yeah, I think it's worth it, though.
Okay. Fair enough. Get that clock piece back. Make up our 1 damage. So Channeler not necessarily shining right here, but I guess we drew so much other gas it didn't really matter that it hasn't turned into a 4/4 yet.
Yeah, exactly. Just haven't had that many instants and sorceries, really. We've seen no discard and relatively minimal removal, but Spyro OP, and that's basically what's doing it here for us.
I will definitely say for the people that play more green-based or don't play Magmatic Channeler that it might seem awkward at first glance. Red is one of the matchups where it shines, especially when you're top decking it late and you just have a natural 4/4.
For sure. So we have a few options here. We can Dreadbore one of our own tokens and make both of these a 4/4 and then just swing for the win. Is that the cool thing to do?
Yeah. Super cool.
All right. Let's go. What a play.
We were attacking for lethal anyway, but I like this more.
This is way better. This is way better.
You're like, we were talking about Channeler only having 1 power. can't
destroy our
like
creature
that.
opponent concedes.
All right, against
more power.
Obosh. I think these are good. I think that's good. I think all this stuff's good.
I'm gonna guess off the bat you don't need Triumph in this match. Maybe it's an Obosh answer though, so that's something to consider.
Yep. I agree though that it's not a slam dunk. Maybe these are tier 2, these are tier 1 sideboard cards, and
Yep.
I don't like those. I think we can put Lily over into the second tier, and
Thoughtseize is strangely good in Obosh specifically against a red deck because there's so many cards that generate more than 2 damage, like Bonecrusher, Pyromancer, Obosh itself.
I agree. I still think we should probably trim 1 to 2, simply because it's like good practice to answer the board anyway against post side against decks like this, and then on top of that the life loss. I'm thinking that. I'm definitely open to other options though, and I don't know. Do we need all 3 Kroxa? It's pretty darn good. But we got cuts to make.
Yeah, they'll probably bring in Gave Hate against us, but like we just play our best cards here. It is definitely just a value sort of game in the end.
Okay.
I personally might not play Spellbomb at all.
Okay.
I think we beat them on the value. Maybe 1 if you'd like.
Yeah, I think 1's doable, but we might not even need it. Let's try without, just to conceive of things first. Probably would need to cut something from this category. Some things.
Yep, but then we just got to keep in mind we're getting a little dangerous to Obosh this way. That's all. Like a game can slip every once in a while because of that. But just something to keep in mind if we're going down on Obosh answers.
For sure. Is Colligan's command just a little clunky here? Probably.
Kills most things, but I think any of those cards you're looking at siding out are probably perfectly fine here.
I think we're looking at something like this. Everybody cool?
Yeah, Colligan's is only going to be good against
like
Relic of
this.
Progenitus.
Yeah, or just, shocking their stuff, but that can be dicey on the draw at a 3-drop.
Yeah.
So
K-Command can be pretty powerful in this matchup, but we have so many great tools against them in our deck. I'm not really seeing what would be better then.
Honestly, I found K Command, at least from the Gen side, I found K Command's best mode to be make them discard Obosh and they put it in hand.
Yeah, I like K Command and Kroxa in that regard. I think we keep this and
I would.
Yeah, this hand looks pretty great actually.
I'm about it.
I mean, if they somehow are keeping Blood Moon in, I mean,
Yeah,
just got that
please
completely
just go Blood Moon mode on us.
covered.
Well, after this match, you guys ready to play against Titan 4 times in a row?
We are. We've got Blood Moon main and Pillage side. Let's go. All right. What are the arguments for push versus Thoughtseize here, basically?
I would push. Most of their impactful things were Thoughtseizing or 3-drops.
Stomp, I guess. A Bonecrusher Giant might be the only consideration. Light Up would be the reason to just kill this now, I guess.
I think we just don't mess around.
Yeah.
There is also a consideration to make Brutality perfect next turn by Thoughtseizing here, and then next turn planning to kill that with Brutality. But I think we'll be using Brutality well either way. But they don't play a threat. Oh, but
there we go, boys.
All right, let's see what that basic mountain looks like. I think we're just playing. Are we playing Kroxa or Channeler here? That's actually
I
interesting.
think I like Kroxa.
I kind of think I do too, but it is the best Brutality pitch target, so that makes me want to play Channeler.
Well, our Channeler is a lot closer to being a 4/4 in this matchup here specifically. Thoughtseize on this turn might not be the worst. Seasoned Pyromancer or a Bonecrusher Giant, we could force a Stomp here just to get it out of his hand.
In my mind, I was play Kroxa this turn, next turn Cobra plus Thoughtseize. Just like
I was thinking the same
strip
line.
him.
But yeah, that's a nice line too.
This deck is super cool because every one of the lines we just outlined is reasonable. I think we're but because I already fetched, we have to do something main phase. Otherwise, it makes me look bad. So this is what we do. And yeah, there's
our basic.
There's our
That is a good
Rakdos
mountain.
mid-range mountain. Very Rakdos.
That is a good mountain.
Yep.
I like it.
Mercadian Mass is a sweet set.
Sure is.
Especially the basics from it are really, really pretty.
Yep.
I recognize that mountain. I don't remember seeing that swamp.
Dude, I've never seen it before, but I went looking for it last night, just searching all the old bordered sets, and I was like, okay, you get a little time in the sun here.
I gotta be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of it as just a swamp, but in Rakdos, paired up with that mountain, I like it a lot.
Exactly. Okay.
Could have been a little bit better there. I think we just. There's
I'm
a couple
kind of interested to get Channeler down, but maybe we just open on Thoughtseize and see what to do after that.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that too.
Kozilek's Return and Firebolt.
Okay.
So we don't care about the return. So I think we're taking Firebolt, right? But then we can also just we can play Channeler, we can also Brutality because we know it'll hit.
I think we just play Channeler. Rather just be proactive, put something onto the board. And I think we're just digging for second red stores to cast Kroxa, because given their hand, they're not beating a Resolve Kroxa.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, I was thinking second red for Spyro, but Kroxa is much, much more unbeatable. You're absolutely correct.
A fetch land gives us Kroxa this next turn.
Yeah, fetch land, and we pitch a card to the Channeler.
Nice.
Opponent definitely seemed to be just firing some stuff off here. He's on the burn plan against us.
We have been stopped. All right. Ooh. So, interesting. I guess
think we're safe to race, right? Like, we didn't hit our land though, our fetch land.
Not a fetch land. We can
spin
away
the swamp away.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if we get the fetch land here. No. So with that in mind, maybe take the Islet, play Spyro, or
we take the Islet, and then we co-brew double mode.
Yeah, co-brew's not bad.
I like that.
And our Channeler at least is defending himself right now till we play Kroxa from a 4 damage spell.
Yep.
Or that bolt.
Kozilek's return a bit of a strange one, I would say, against us. It's not like we're dead guy, yo. Alright. Just Kroxa time, eh?
Wait. Attack for 4 first.
We're a 1-3.
This is something that comes...
1-3.
Okay, sorry. I thought we were a 4-4.
So just Kroxa here?
Yeah.
Or do you want to spin?
I don't think we need to. We can chip in for 1 here.
Sure.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything being better than Kroxa.
But I guess I will point out that line, even though I thought we were 4-4 here. It comes up a lot playing Magmatic Channeler. Don't forget to get your free 4 damage in before you shrink here, Kai. Because I've done it too many times.
Yeah, no, definitely. So if we draw a land next turn, there's not really any reason not to lead on Inquisition. Relic is interesting, but they seem way too far behind for that to matter.
Still a little too late.
Just a tad. Hey, there's that 3rd land.
So a bolt or a stomp is lethal here.
We could play this on 1, then Spyro just as like a safety valve, or we could Inquisition to try to make Kroxa better.
Kind of like just attacking, and then maybe just playing Spyro, getting 2 tokens out.
Yeah,
that too.
I think we're just so far ahead. I don't know how they come back from this.
We can also accidentally F6 through this turn and the next and probably be fine.
Yeah, right, exactly.
F6 value.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, Manamorphose, make black, Bantu's Last Reckoning.
Oh, goodness. We did not play around that card, it's true.
Got away with
identify
one,
these
guys.
lines.
Got away with one. Hey, very well done. That was an interesting one. That really was a truly interesting game, and we felt so in control. Let's go. Taking down Obosh. See you for round 2. All right, we're against Squirrel Party. Hey, your cards aren't legal yet. What are you doing?
You play your squirrels, we play our Dothy game winner. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. A fair trade. Oh, against Luris. God.
And we have an amazing Luris deck hand.
Yep, we do.
Unless this is burn, I guess. Like, we are, technically taking a little damage, but...
But with that in mind, are we supposed to get Swamp here for the Thoughtseize?
I think so. Bloomermancer, and he's.
Ooh, that's a lot of threats.
Yeah. Well, taking the bolt is arguably the highest ceiling play and the most obvious play. On the other hand, we got 2 kill spells in hand, so tacking the threats is fine too.
I kind of I've had some experiences against this deck where they just keep drawing creatures from a spot like this and it gets out of control. I would probably think about just taking a creature here.
Yeah, take Swift Spear.
I'm with it.
These lists that just keep drawing their 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th threat against you gets a little wild.
You guys think this card's good here? I'm not sure.
It'll be okay. It'll be worth bringing in, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Just maybe. All right. Stomp. Pass.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yesterday, DOGFish had probably the best engineered explosives his entire career. Opponent plays 3 Soulscar mages to the board, and he just EEs them all away.
2 of them
Seems
came
good.
off a light up, so he had to play them. And I was like, oh, this poor guy.
Bless his heart.
Fatal push.
No.
So
All right.
close to a fatal push.
Bolt Channeler.
I like it.
Yeah. Might be taking a big hit here.
Yeah, I would assume so, but the only other option is like Spyro pitching good cards to make tokens, and I don't think that's... I think that's like a pessimistic line that assumes we're going to get wrecked, and if we're in that spot, we're losing either way, probably. I think we're in trouble either way, because if they don't have the gas to remove Channeler plus kill us, we're facing down the 3rd land and eventual Lurrus, so we need them to kind of be a little slow here, and then we need Spyro to bail us out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nah, this isn't good. We might be just dead. That's what I was mentioning a little bit earlier, that it can be a bit frustrating playing these decks when you're playing a deck, removal deck, and you still can't get it to line up right against all their threats.
It really,
But
to
it
me,
happens.
that shows the power of Tarmogoyf still, after all these years. That's usually the difference maker, the green threats, when you are on green. But I agree that there is kind of a problem if these decks are just wading through all the attrition.
It's a great point about Goyphone, something that Rakdos would gladly kind of have a big stick to throw out there.
Yep. Okay, are we gonna maybe play the Catacombs first in case we draw exactly Fatal Push off of Spyro?
I think we kind of have to, right?
That's where my head's at.
Come on, Fatal Push.
Lightning Bolt, okay. Is it worth going to 5 to main phase this? That's sketchy, but...
Probably.
I wonder, because, like... They have 2 cards in hand, right? The Bolt's gone. They're going to have 3. They only have 2 lands right now. If we don't do it, then we potentially price them into using a Bolt on the board, and then we can respond with our Bolt, and we'll probably, but not definitely, still kill it. That's the highest upside play, I think, overall for us. Well, kind of the one I want to make, because we're this far behind. If we just, like, go to 5 and have a 2-2, I think we're just probably going to lose either way. What do you guys think?
Yeah. We also just lose if he can double spell.
Yep,
so that's,
we
I mean,
definitely do.
it's kind of one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're playing to win at this point, so maybe we just try and stay alive because that's really all we have. Like, we're not really playing to win from this scenario, unfortunately.
I understand. My thinking was like we're in trouble if they have a really good follow-up here either way. So playing for them not to have that is kind of reasonable to me. But
I agree.
It's a very borderline call. We're totally at their mercy no matter what. We have drawn a few too many lands after spending a few too many life points to deploy our initial lands. So that's been a bad combination.
The good news is this deck usually doesn't play a lot of burn spells. Usually like a lot of mutagenic growths and
that's true.
Things that are just good when you have a Lumimancer out.
Yep. Okay.
Jeez, did anyone at Wizards actually say Lumimancer before they printed the card?
Lumimancer.
Inquisition?
Oh, no. All right.
Don't be doing this to us, Rakdos. We're here live on the channel, and you're just flooding us out.
If any deck gets better post side against a deck, it's probably us against this deck, though. I'm seeing so many knockout punches, and don't get me wrong, I don't know exactly how much percentage points we gain off of that, nevertheless, but I do love having this pile of cards to bring in.
And yeah, again, to your point about Tarmogoyf, you can always be in danger of dying in these sort of matchups, even though you have countless answers, because you don't have a great way to start applying pressure back. And Bonecrushers help, and I think that's part of the reason why they might be more and more necessary, is helping to turn the corner against decks when you need to be proactive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
I've been messing around with just playing Bonecrusher instead of Goyf and Jund. It's felt decent.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely spots where it's obviously not as good, but it's felt pretty good for me.
I can see it.
For ones are always going to feel great when they're working. In certain cases, I guess the bigger body in Goyf will be blatantly noticeable.
Yeah, for sure. More and more, my Jund list is just becoming Rakdos with red and blood braids.
Well, who knows? After this, after these MH2 drops, everything's gonna be shattered here.
I'm so excited. I'm so ready for the set to drop. We got so many decks that I want to play.
Alright, kill spell.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's enough for me, yeah. I mean, we're not dead, but I think we're
yeah, the board's just gonna be too wide from here on out.
All right. Tier 1, maybe Tier 2. I guess all these are pretty much Tier 1 in my book.
I'd play all those.
Yeah. No Moon. I guess. Moon's not the worst.
So Moon is surprising, and here's something I've been doing in Rakdos recently, and this is something you can do against Prowess too, especially on the play now that Expressive Iteration is now bringing up the blue count.
Yep.
Leaving in that Miser's one of Moon, it feels a lot better in the decks you can pitch it away.
Sure. I'm definitely down for that. In this particular build, I still wonder if we have enough spots for it. I'm just going to start by cutting these. We still got 6 cuts to make, and we probably don't need all 3 spell bombs, too. Let's just do that.
I personally play 0 and just hope I cleanly answer everything and Luris. If I have to kill 2 cards. I don't play K-Command generally here.
Sure.
It's a high curve answer, and it's not guaranteed kill.
Maybe move away from Lily a bit.
It depends what you're trying to do. I still like the minus kill, but you also are bringing in triumphs and a few extra things, and we need 3 cuts. Maybe just say... It all depends how much you like, I guess, those last 2 cards there. Channeler could be shaved down to 2 maybe in this matchup.
If we're going to try the Moon, it should be here on the play, and then we can not only get them harder with it, but next level them by taking it out for game 3. So if we're trying it, let's try it here. Maybe we will... I like a 1-0 Spellbomb.
Dreadbore?
Dreadbore. Sorcery speed
still
is definitely a little
answer.
bad. It is still a clean answer. A Spyro, maybe? I don't know. All these cards are perfectly fine.
I think your choices
think
are
honestly
Blood
would-
Moon, Channeler, Spellbomb from
Yeah.
playing this kind of a lot.
Guy, you were saying?
I would honestly just cut the Spellbomb. Like, I don't think that's the
Okay.
axis we really want to be fighting on.
Let's do it. Lego.
I also gotta head out though. Good luck with the league, guys.
Thank you. See you, man.
Later, guy.
Adios.
Still mad at Guy for beating me in top 8 of the first Grim tournament.
Never forgiven. All right, hand's sweet, but hey, last hand was sweet too, and it didn't really pan out. But we are absolutely here
This
for
looks-
the Squirrel Party. This does look better.
This looks even better.
Yeah. Ooh, they kept a junk hand. Yeah, still going for the threats here, even though we have 2
I think
kill
so.
spells. Yeah, I mean, Boros Charm's great, but
If we had Lightning Bolt in hand, I might consider Unigenic Growth, but this is fairly fine here. I think we got a free play in Channeler here in hopes it at least lives for 1 turn.
yep.
But we're instantly getting Lightning Bolted there. This has to be a good path forward for us here
Yeah,
in this match with that opening hand from our opponent.
absolutely. They have
Probably can
bubbled
get better
themselves.
hands if you're them there. That might have been them all.
I agree. That card still in post side is interesting. Obviously, we were red based with removal, so it makes sense to some degree, but I still never really hate to see that.
I honestly, it's something that tilts me off pretty good. The lightning bolt stomps can be a bit rough.
Yeah,
for that
I
sort of
understand.
thing.
All right, are we spinning away the Kroxa? We have plays, whether or not we do that.
I kind of like it.
I almost want to just take the swamp and guarantee Kroxa next turn.
Is it next turn?
If we, assuming we, oh, well, so that's kind of assuming we get a fatal push target, actually, which is not a given. That's kind of what I was thinking.
We can probably get rid of our channeler here if you want to play Liliana and uptick.
All right.
Could just Boros Charm Liliana, but that's 2 cards out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also potentially keeping heat off of our channeler from a removal spell.
Yep.
Channelers are definitely better when you're just kind of naturally drawing them late, it seems, in Rakdos.
Yeah.
If against these sort of matches.
Exactly.
Very rarely do they seem to survive in these scenarios.
Wow, I didn't think they'd go for that Boros Charm on Lily, but you called it, and that's a great outcome for us, frankly. But they're probably mindful of their efficiency, as well as what Lily can do, and lure us into hand.
I want something bad here, the natural land.
So do we try to spin into a land for Kroxa?
We can't cast this Pyromancer.
Right. So that's what
The
I'm
other
thinking.
2, yeah, I'm with it.
Okay, we did it.
Yep. And we can do it while keeping our Pyro in the bin, which is pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah. Didn't even have to exile our 1 sorcery. Let's go. The rebuild.
Alright, I kind of just want to dodge a path here. I think they are bringing in 4 Path to Exile post side here, or I've seen it done or played, so.
Gotcha. So if they just go land, Lurrus, Lumimancer, we obviously have the answers right in hand. So I agree that a path is frightening here.
Looks like the path to victory.
Looks like it has
Frightening
emerged.
for our opponent.
Whoa, lightning bolt
that's
too.
just sleep.
So hold on, before we do anything,
sure.
just go to combat first and attack, and see if they discard that mutagenic growth, because then you can make your decision a little better, right? Do they still have growth in hand?
Oh, sorry, good call. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So I think it's free just to go to attacks first, and then before blockers, I would decide how you want to use your removal spells here.
Okay, fair enough.
Take it. Oh, we're still on attacks. Okay.
Yeah.
I would. This is interesting. I would wonder. I'm wondering if there's like a way to bait them into using the growth, so that you can just bolt stomp them out of the game.
I think we fatal push Lumimancer, right? And
That's what
he
I was
has
thinking.
to block with Lurrus.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's a fine outcome.
Yeah, that sounds good.
There is also, I think, ways to bait, but I think this is the most straightforward. They have no good outcome here, so they're not blocking.
Okay, they're just dead.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. That works too.
This guy's pretty good. I don't know if anyone has noticed that.
Ooh, sometimes.
Seems okay. So on the draw, I'm kind of
He's very, very good.
kicking the Blood Moon out on the draw. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can bring back... We can play a Spellbomb, which might be a little better on the draw. We could play a Miserly Thoughtseize or a K-Command, I think.
Thoughtseize is a kill spell, when you're looking at it that way. In most cases, you know, it's worth the damage to get that kill. Even just a Liliana Edict, even though it kind of brings our curve up, probably still fine just to have another thing that kills something. I think this is basically based on pilot preference here.
I might be the only one who wants to do this, but I think if it's pilot preference on the draw, we're going with a Spellbomb.
Yep, for sure. I've just generally found if they're getting to the point where they need Lurrus to dig for their graveyard, we're probably... You can lose from there, but you're probably in a good place if you've gassed them out.
Although we kind of did lose to that in game one, basically, right? They didn't necessarily have the kills or the rebuild without it. And on the draw...
We also didn't do anything game one.
Yeah, that's true. But are we keeping this one-lander, I guess, before we talk theory? It's a good one-lander.
Here's where Lightning Bolt is scary. If we don't get a turn one kill, we're dead.
Yep.
That's the scary part here.
So keep. They keep in 7.
Hey, pilot preference.
I need some help on this one. I don't want to be the reason everyone just like, okay, keep the bad one-lander. Anyone else have any thoughts here? Look at everything. I mean,
I think he can't keep it, but you can keep for content. I don't disrespect the keep for content.
This is, I think
you have to. I can get to ship this one back. It feels bad, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on it. But
I hear you.
But that's my preference. I just hate keeping hands that are just a complete roll of the dice and
yeah.
How many lands are in the deck total?
23.
23. So we got 22 hits, twice reasonably, because they're very fast, aggressive decks, and we pretty much have to hit the top 2 cards.
And we're
And
not.
if we
even
fetch,
guaranteed
we're
a turn
taking
one
another
kill.
land out of the deck as well.
Mm-hmm.
If Lightning Bolt were Fatal Push, I would keep it, and I'm all for the greedy keeps more often than not. But
All right.
the
Sounds
fact we can't guarantee a turn one kill against a deck that can kill us on
Sounds
turn
awesome.
2 is scary, and this is basically the same hand.
yeah, it's real good.
Minus Spellbomb.
Do
We
we?
I guess we can boot land. That's
You
probably
ship the
fine.
land. Everything is too
Yeah.
good here.
Ship a Catacombs.
All right. a disciplined mulligan. Thank you all for restraining me. I'm happy we see the EE. I want a DOGFish style EE here this game.
Let's get it.
You know what? Not everyone's as whitelisted as DOGFish.
Occasionally, you just need the whitelist energy. We're channeling it for this big G3 here.
That's right.
Man, Lightning Bolt. And there's definitely a case, like, if Lightning Bolt in our last hand were Dreadbore, it would 100% be unkeepable. If it were a second Dreadbore in this hand, it would also be a little scary.
Yep. Oh, there's a push. Are we just getting the EE down?
I don't think you need to deploy EE. Like,
yeah. Okay.
I don't know if he's got Rip Apart, per se, in this. Occasionally, you might need it on 2.
Sure.
Not really sure what he's doing. I haven't seen it. We haven't seen a 2-drop yet, so you could.
This is.
But what if he like Swifty went off in our face next turn? Would that? How bad would that be?
It'd be pretty bad. Are they on Light Up the Stage these days?
I've seen
so.
less decks on it
Alright.
than more decks.
Light Up allows us to play the fetch land and pass a little more safely.
I like the fetch land here.
Yeah. A lot of really little borderline decisions here that are pretty cool. And so far, I think they've kind of broken our way. But we must be vigilant that they continue to break our way.
And that's the thing is, we have all these answers, but nothing, one Bonecrusher Giant to turn the corner with, so... Probably take one.
I can take one, actually. I think that's reasonable enough.
Well, I guess, would you bolt in the end step?
I don't know.
That's, I guess, the reason for me to... Either you Fatal Push now, knowing that you're not going to bolt, or you take the risky bolt.
I think we're going to push.
Seems... nothing wrong with this right here. That's still perfect.
Yeah.
Dead guys are good guys for us.
Alright, no third land in sight. Now we could maybe play the EE so we don't have to shock in, but if we do that, we are just giving them free reign. But I'm not necessarily sensing more haste threats out of them, so do we take that chance?
I mean, so here's the thing. I don't know if there's any way our opponent can get rid of an explosives, but do we want to take the risk of possibly losing our back pocket if things get out of control? We only have red removal and a Dreadbore, so we might not even kill what comes down next turn, and if we hit a land and it's a 1-drop...
Yeah, we need that third land to make pocketing the EE good, though. I think between that and the fact that we would have to shock in to hold up some maybe not great stuff at instant speed anyway, I think I want to play the EE here.
Yeah, I like it. And I guess if he plays a 2-drop, right, like he's tapped out and there's a good chance we can...
I think I'm not so worried about a 2-drop next turn. Love to draw Blackcleave Cliffs, though. That would really open up everything for us.
Yep. Yeah, we definitely need those lands here, even just for Crusher plays and...
Yeah, absolutely.
This is kind of a little scary. He's just not puking out threats here.
So if they have Core Firewalker, do we think maybe they're a little less likely to be on path? Or would they maybe... I don't know if I could see them sideboarding that heavily while still leaving in stuff like Mutagenic Growth.
I think maybe we can assume they might not be on path here.
Yeah.
Or at this point, we're not playing around it anyway. Ooh,
Nice.
there it is.
Nice. Okay. So...
But I guess the explosive there, you know, of course we use our black spell and they play Core Firewalker right after.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's alright, though. Core Firewalker is not probably going to beat us, I don't think. Are
we just go for a stomp here?
I was wondering about that. I think that's okay. But the stomps are part of what can help us beat Firewalker later. I think it's also okay to pass here, but then we're pricing ourselves probably into the EE. So I think I can get behind a stomp here.
And maybe if he has one Mutagenic Growth, we can get in on the stack with the bolt.
Yep. Alright, so I'm still feeling about the same as I did before, although definitely drawing the cliffs right off the top makes that play worse from the E that I wanted to do. So,
I also don't know if how good Core Firewalker is from our opponent here.
Like it's a thorn in our side against our hand, but I overall don't think we should worry much about it.
I have no idea what deck you're playing.
We are playing Rakdos Midrange
What's going
versus
on?
Clever Lumimancer, Boros Prowess.
And Luris has gone into hand. Cool. Okay. That lets us play a giant and hold up a bolt.
Kind of dig it. I feel like we're just gonna get our giant's gonna die, but it's gotta happen.
Exactly.
Scary part here is Luris can play a guy right away or a bauble.
Yeah, they
where
still
he's probably
5 in hand.
Probably better off playing bauble, but with facing down on explosives. But maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's just force the EE out of the way if he's sitting on more 1-drops.
Yep.
How do I, Tom?
Was that you, Bonecrusher Giant?
These super chats.
Opponent is scared of Bonecrusher. So maybe a mini case here for Dreadboring Luris.
Rather than bolting, you want to untap and Dreadbore? I think there is a mini case for it.
I don't know if it's right. I mean, at least say you cast a Mute Growth, like, it's still a 1-for-1 trade of resources, but...
Yep. I definitely don't hate it. Now, if they're going to make attacks like this with Core Firewalker, that actually makes me want to bolt this turn, so that next turn we can try to stomp and kill it on the block.
Right, but there's also a good chance he just has removal too.
Yeah, we can't block anyway, and yeah, they probably have removal anyway. So, okay, maybe that doesn't actually change anything. I still think I might go for the bolt despite your line there.
Yeah, I think either one is fine. It's just something we know that can possibly be bad here.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Dwarf is in the house.
Hey, Dwarf, how are you, man?
Hello, guys.
So
We're doing all right here. We are doing all right. We're in a G3 right now versus Clever Lumimancer here, and we are in the showdown.
So
Perfect.
The big high upside play is to go for the stomp because they don't seem to have any way to compete over it. Although they could have a bolt or something, actually, that wouldn't have saved Luris.
So, let me get this straight. If we stomp on Soulscar Mage and Dreadbore the Core Firewall? No, we can't target it.
Yeah,
still.
I was thinking just to get another giant down. That's the reason I would want to stomp. Otherwise, I think we're just passing. But
You could kill the Bonecrusher. You could kill the Core Firewalker with the giant.
yeah, only if
Isn't it?
only if they block. They are not blocking this turn, obviously.
What about just Dreadboring the Soulscar Mage and just like being mana efficient that way?
Yeah, but if that's the case, I would almost rather just EE it at this point. I don't know.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like we're too high on getting the giant down, so I'm just going to attack. Well, or we should. Maybe should we even attack? Oh, this is tough.
I think we're playing defense at all times here until we clearly
that's
turn
fair.
the corner.
So if we're not doing anything, maybe we hold the land just for Spyro and Channeler down the road. Hold up EE, hold up Stump.
Yeah, if you want to hold up E and not Dreadbore here, I think it's perfectly fine to just keep it in hand.
Strange little situation. I think we have almost like exact incentives in all these different directions. Like there's no major cue.
It sucks because the only way that stomp is going to be useful is if we're in a position to start attacking and eventually pressure. Otherwise, it's just going to...
Yeah, useful for killing the Firewalker for sure, but it is still a 2-for-1. It is still kind of the only board presence we've got.
Which is tough here because, like, unless we or just played a Crusher there was no way. We just don't have a wide enough board to really, like, bait this and block the way we wanted to.
Yep.
I wonder if stomping before the Prowess trigger would have killed the Soul Mage.
It would have, but I think I'm just using EE at this point.
Yeah.
It's just less risky, and
Now we have the Dreadbore for anything. We really just need a Fatal Push, right? Or like an Explosive, or a Liliana, or like we have a lot of outs.
We have so many outs, yeah. And we could also still find a use for the Stomp second main, because it's very clear that they could be holding another 1-drop, obviously, with that EE down. So,
yeah.
We just also gotta, like, the life gain might not be, like, insurmountable because Kroxa ends the game so fast.
Okay. That's a good one at this stage of the game.
This card...
Oh, goodness.
Another one.
All right,
Here
now
we
we
might
really
have
need
to
that EE
stomp
on
one.
too. Yeah, we probably do, but man, EE off the top. Let's go. Jeez.
Long dart, pretty dangerous.
So now we have to stomp in response here.
Wow, wow, they got everything.
That was arguably the best possible sequence of top decks they could have had. That is insane. Okay. Well, I think no matter what we did on the previous turn, that was going to kind of wreck us.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh my god. All right, now we're just going to Dreadbore and...
Play a chunky.
Draw something.
Yeah.
Pretty unfortunate. The flood is real.
Yeah, game 1 flood, game 3 flood. We do have still so many outs, but now if they just have any
double
other creature,
Sunbaked.
our outs are far smaller.
This pure card advantage here from our opponent on a double crack is going to be a little bit rough.
Double Abbott into double Sunbaked Canyon is just a lot better than what we're doing off the top.
Need like Pyromancer into Kalitas and like Collective Brutality or something cool like that.
Yep.
We need something big.
Pyro into EE would be decent.
Oh, we take
Lily, yeah.
turn too late.
Turn too
Lily,
late,
but
but she plays.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. But she's dead to the core Firewalker. She's dead to the Lava Dart, however they want to do it.
yeah, they probably just get us with the Lava Dart next turn. We have to throw our Bonecrusher under the bus. I think they are gonna discard.
I wonder if they sack the Firewalker because then they can deal more damage with the Luminancer.
I think they should. Right?
I think they
Maybe
should too.
they're
It's just
worried.
riskier if we're sandbagging a removal spell. But
Right.
Yeah.
that's exactly what they're thinking about right now, I guess. Somebody's got some fuzz going, some reverberation or something with their mic. I think that's you, Dwarf. Thanks. So
Oh.
it was just a little. It wasn't bad. It was just a little bit. But yeah, they do pitch the Firewalker, which seems really bad for us. I guess our hope is that they are hoping to draw what they need to make this play
Yeah.
off the top. But it probably means they just have it.
Very, yeah. Yeah, that's the rough part about these decks is if you stumble one time, unfortunately, you just end up dead.
Hey, there's the
Oh,
path.
there's the path
There it
too.
is.
Okay. Well, that's the match, unfortunately.
Yep. I guess they need one other spell, don't they, to kill us? Lava Dart puts us to 1, but with another threat, we're functionally dead. Unless it's EE off the top into nothing ever again for OP. Well, they got growth.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Nothing.
All right, guys. Well, we're down to 1-1, but kind of a tough matchup. I think we actually saw some of the flaws of Rakdos relative to other mid-range decks here. We talked about that a little bit during the match, but ultimately, that chain off the top from them was insane. We flooded in both the games we lost, so I think that was more to do with it. But, you know, the absence of green is what I can't help but compare it to, so that's also maybe a little bit of a factor. You know, if we had a Skoos here, for example, who knows if we can get there. But, yeah, unlucky. I think we navigated that one well through some non-obvious spots. And, yeah, on to round 3 we go. And,
Last month he was all in on the lessons. Lesson spells.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're keeping this against a Luris deck, but we obviously run the risk.
Mr. Hummingbird hangs out in Control Feats chat quite a bit.
Okay.
Pretty sure he's going to be on some Shadow variant, would be my guess. But
Makes sense.
we will see.
Indeed, indeed.
Wonder if we're going to be seeing a rogues list here or a traditional Sultai Shadow, but either way, we're going to look this next turn.
Yeah, lots of possibilities.
Rogue Shadow is picking up a little bit.
Hmm.
That was a good draw.
Yeah, it was. Good call, Dogfish. So we can take the threat that is most immediately playable. They are probably a turn away from a Death Shadow, although I guess that's not perfectly guaranteed. Either way, we've got a Fatal Push. So I think we're taking this Rogue because it's flash and more proactive. Do you guys agree?
I like that. It's also a little bit strange he took away the target for Dismember.
I was just going to say that. that. I don't agree with that take necessarily, but... Oh, okay, okay. Well, well, well. Do we have any incentive to save the other Thoughtseize? I mean, we
If
do
he draws
have some,
nothing, if he
but-
draws
Yeah,
nothing,
I would
he's
save it
putting
for
Luris
Luris,
in hand.
All right,
Yeah,
so I'm going to get the
definitely.
Delta, or maybe, the Delta. That way we can push
Yeah.
or grab a Painless Duel that will let Castle Locthwain come and untap T4.
So this should be a great match for Locthwain here, especially kind of facing down a flooding opponent while we're a little bit low on usable resources, I suppose.
Yep. So they
Off this Polluted Delta, I would just be mindful that we played Blood Moon, so just probably wants to fetch basic Swamp, most likely here.
good call. Thank you. I forgot about our own Blood Moons. We haven't used them yet, but very good call.
Keeping them Scourges in bolt range, too.
Yep. All right. I think we're still saying go, right?
I think we're not afraid of much here. Next turn, we're kind of drawing. Maybe we'll use a card here. We got our Locthwain on rolling here.
Yeah. And they don't know about our other Thoughtseize, as far as I recall, so... I did kind of expect Luris last turn, but I guess we'll see it this turn, yeah.
So we beat a stub. There's no other 1-mana counterspell, so this...
Just to be sure. Although the fact that they're Thoughtseizes is maybe not perfect. Okay, whoa. Drown in the Loch 2, huh? So are we gonna end this Shadow?
Does Luris take Shadow, right? Take them both right now?
Well, if we... Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there is some incentive to take Drown, because we do have 2 kill spells in hand.
And maybe we do take Drown.
That's what I was thinking.
Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah. Alright. Discard
Get
confirmed.
ourselves a
Still
little
good.
damage here for our Locthwain, but discard OP.
Discard OP. And they've drawn another land, so they are flooding, but the game's still kind of even. We both just will have kind of 1 kill spell in hand after we push their Shadow here. But we are the first ones to draw, the first ones to play, and we have Locthwain to grind. So, I'm feeling pretty good.
Sultai, at least, I mean, we saw the Overgrown Tomb already, never mind. Probably playing either some Tarmogoyf or just Decay or Trophy, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
We passed through anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really complain about that, but I'd almost rather just, like, draw something proactive or even draw a land, because the life loss is not free. But if we're going to keep... maybe we untap here, actually. I think I'm
It gives us the option to Locthwain that turn.
Yep. And with Spyro, maybe we're a little punished, but I also kind of like just using this Dreadbore here and now. Because they do play the flash threats after all.
It would be nice if you just even had like another Tarmogoyf or something right here to
just
play.
keep drawing threats. Yeah, there we go.
Or that, yeah.
Oh, man.
Poor
What
guy.
a game of Magic.
Point, click, destroy.
Ooh, let's go. Mirror Breaker moment.
Yeah.
Sweet. We'll actually
It'd be
take
better
those.
than that, but
The
yeah,
push
it's
is
easy to play
fine.
out.
Yep. I think we're going to grab another swamp here just in case of Moon.
Oh my. We might be able to just play that and go wide here.
I think we should.
But maybe we'll see if he flashes in.
That'd be, oh my god. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Even better.
Just
Okay.
dismembering. Yeah, that's also very good.
We could just pass and play our tokens even.
Ooh, the tokens actually make me wanna pass. That's a good call. I was ready to
Hold up castle, hold up tokens.
Yeah, hold up push and castle even. Yeah, I was ready to say that's worth it, but I think this is better. Okay. Well, that's still fine.
Honestly, it does 2 to him.
Yep.
Gives us a card less for Locthwain, and we get value out of that from the bin.
Yeah, we got even more tokens now. Let's go. Conceding to their own Thoughtseize. There was no path to victory for our OP. That was nice. All right. We've got many options here, of course. I think it's basically these cards here. I haven't seen this Sultai list in a while, so I'm definitely taking ideas here. I traditionally like cutting some number of discard, but...
So, in our deck, Thoughtseize will potentially hurt us more than help us. In some cases.
For sure.
Blood Moon is good, but it looks like, they were pretty willing to fetch basics there. All of those cards that you want to bring in is pretty good. Maybe Kalitas is like... Maybe we just want to be interacting on a lower part of the curve.
I can definitely see that. I kind of almost feel the same way about Bonecrusher Giant. We're not stomping much. He's not outsizing much. I think it's playable, but I could see it being cut here.
Maybe we're on the draw. We can just say we take out definitely Blood Moons, or maybe leave one in for a little cheese. It's hard because I like to keep even K command. We're not really killing much with that. Everything else can either attack or Bonecrusher's still a good 2-for-1.
We might not need all 3 spell bombs. What if we play with 2 of those? Do we need all 4 lightning bolts?
I feel like Crusher's maybe a nicer card than Bolt in theory.
Yeah. I think cutting 1 bolt I'm cool with, and then I don't know if I like Crusher better than K command personally.
It gets you in these spots where they have to take damage to kill them. Channeler, I guess, is probably a walking removal spell here, or gonna eat a removal spell.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good. And I do value spell bombs more here than in other cases because you can counter Drown in the Locks with them.
That's true.
I would, I would encourage the Bonecrusher and the K command and just because they're playing
29 seconds.
Eight creatures that can get nabbed by it. Because they play the 4 Soaring Thought Thieves and the 4 1 mana flash that gets Death Touch. I forget the name of it.
Oh, sure. Okay. No, that's fair enough. I was not thinking of the other 4 rogues, so
Weenie Shadow.
I like it well enough. Weenie Shadow, exactly. This one we probably,
Potentially, I would consider this one more.
On the strength of, this is
On the
also a
draw.
more punishing one to match up to Mulligan in. All right,
Right.
let's give her a keep. We're feeling good about that. We're feeling so good. You've never had a bigger guarantee of a Blackcleave Cliffs on the top of a library. Or Marsh Flats. Good enough. Good enough.
Acceptable.
At least you got the second land.
Exactly. Watery Grave, I don't think casts Veil of Summer, but I could be wrong. It does cast Stubby D. That is not as bad. That is all right. All right, now our whole hand works. Pretty cool. Ooh. I was shaping up to say that Kroxa is the highest floor play, maybe Channeler the highest ceiling. Now I kind of just want to Inquisition into either Spellbomb or Hold Up Push. What do you guys think?
I like Inquisition here. I think it's pretty free roll.
Get the Spellbomb down?
Yeah, I think so. There's nothing that obviously is going to come down and mess us up haste like in the last round or anything.
Right.
While not ideal, you could always spellbomb yourself if they try to try and unlock something vital.
Exactly. Yep, DogFish mentioned that during the sideboarding. It is a, as you say, not ideal, but a pretty good use case nonetheless. Alright. Our hand's pretty redundant against Inquisition. The least redundant piece is maybe Channeler, but drawing a Cliffs would just be great here. Almost no matter what they take, but they're going to try to eat through our removal. That makes sense. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so what do we think about Bolt here, Spellbomb, to try to find the third land? We could even do that in the reverse order, of course.
I think we can just hold up the spell bomb. I don't know that we necessarily need to dig for it right here specifically. Like, we can go through their whole turn doing it, right?
We could. But we're not bluffing anything because they know the whole rest of our hand. So I almost think I do want to dig to try to get rewarded with the third land specifically. But I mean, what are we not beating? The opponent doesn't like our top decks. Yeah, I mean, I understand the... Oh, okay. Never mind. No need to explore the pros and the cons. That's the game. Kroxa was too much. The prospect of Kroxa, guys. All right, we'll take it. Opponent didn't want any more of that, so a nice win for us. And on to round 4. We're 2-1. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're against Aspiring Spike. We are Inquisitioning and seeing Cleansing Wildfire and Snap Bolt.
He's got to be playing his Wildfires through the breach.
Yeah. So taking Wildfire gives us a chance to kind of moon them out of the game.
Yeah, I think that's probably all right here.
I think so. He's clearly going to get at least a basic island, though, I think, before it's all said and done, and then Snap Wildfire's live. But I'm still kind of leaning toward taking that, but I'm not confident.
I think it's either that or Snappy Boy, so, like, I think that's all right here. We might draw into another counter or discard spell.
Yep. No, but we'll have a couple Kroxas to throw at that hand.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't say Through the Breach is the best matchup here. But you can get there just kind of by max depletion.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we just slam and hope here. Good chance we eat a Monolith or something. Oh, okay.
All right.
That was decent for us, not gonna lie.
For sure.
Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Baby.
So
we get that swamp down and just pyro away?
I guess so.
Obviously, we know we're getting the worst card out of his hand.
Yep.
And the nice part here, surprisingly, we know he has Bolt and Snap, but we are above the threshold of dying to an Annihilator trigger.
True.
Okay, Snap Wildfire, yep.
Yep, as mentioned, that's kind of the way out, but...
Still keeping him off his triple pips and all that.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, but we can't really do anything to...
Probably just attack in here.
Yeah, that's really rough, though.
Yeah, no spell here is pretty punishing.
Especially because our Blood Moon locks out our castle and our
Fetch lands.
Fetch lands.
Yeah.
Yep. Was really hoping they'd make that trade, but no such luck.
And unfortunately, we know we're going to get Jace here without a way to kill Jace.
Yep. Yeah, man. Any spell, literally. Okay, we get a Verdict out. Do we play one of these? Kind of.
I think we do, because
playing one's okay.
we have to use both of our black mana if... I don't know exactly what a Stomp might be a good draw here.
Mm-hmm. The Fate Seal.
Top, that's not good.
Nope.
Could be worse than that.
Yeah.
Because we get our
another card in
Kroxa.
the bin. Yeah. Well, yeah, not this turn, but yeah, next turn we will.
Right. It's rough because we might Pyro probably eats the bolt here, and then Jace seems to outvalue Liliana in most cases.
Yep.
Hopefully, maybe we'll get a Dreadbore at an opportune moment.
Yeah. Yeah, Jace definitely beats the pants off Lily, but we do have Kroxa. We do have still possibly better top decks than them with them partially mooned. We'll see.
Yeah, the rough thing would be a counterspell on our Kroxa.
True. Very, very true. Oh my goodness, come on. So, we take up first.
Yeah, free to play it, or free to play the land.
You want to fuel Kroxa with it?
Oh yeah, they're not on Cryptic Command anyway. It does.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. We don't need more red
just to
mana than this.
refuel Kroxa for next time if they do have a counter, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, good call. That is a good call. Oh, the Aspiring Spike pair up.
I think we have 3 Kroxas in there, so I'm going to get rid of the second one, leave the third, leave the Spyro.
Yeah, I like that. And cost.
Spell Snare.
Ugh.
That is disgusting.
I mean, he also needs to do something about Liliana at the same time.
Yep.
Third basic.
That might be something, though. Cryptic now live.
Yeah. Now our moon hurting us more than helping us.
Yep. Okay. That's where we lead. Okay. That's better than losing her altogether, but it really does have just about everything. Hard to see us getting back in now.
Yeah, these ones are a little bit tough when they get away from you. I would say the Jeskai decks, too, are also, honestly, it's fairy. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Are the ones that they get out from under the moon and all that, so...
I think we can probably scoop here.
Yeah.
Well, that could have broke our way easily, but it did not. That was probably a lot closer than it looked.
We probably just don't play Blood Moon against this.
Yeah, I think you're right. We could consider the misers, but yeah, I'm definitely willing to cut it.
I would leave 1 in just for the cheese, and then possibly Ashiok to prevent his searching, and it's also a mild threat of milling him out.
Yeah, I like all that. Are we...
Ashiok seems better against this. I'm not sure. This might just be Jeskai Control.
That's my read.
Jeskai Wildfire Control.
Yeah, that's my read, so I don't think we're going to play Triumph till we see otherwise.
Spike does like his Empyreons, but we have outs to Platinum Empyreon.
Sure. So that's a very easy...
Easy, yep.
Yeah. I guess we love everything else. All right. Yeah, Yeah.
These sort of spike decks, I call them, for sure. I like, they're some of the ones, the Dreadbores and the Pithing Needles. You know, maybe they're not the meta calls currently.
Mm-hmm.
They're very good in these sorts of things. So if you're, like, expecting to see these sorts of decks a lot, where it's, like, Dreadbores and the Needles, try and just not, you know, not lose to the Planeswalkers.
Yeah, understood. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm sure something like Shark Typhoon might be actually in here too.
Yep. So Teferi is obviously always a decent take. I think maybe Ether Gust is the take here, though, given our hand,
I'd
given their
probably,
hand.
yeah, take Gust under the circumstances.
Yep.
Another good draw.
Hello.
Very good draw.
Hello.
Ink.
Taking the Tef now, eh? Yeah.
Yep.
Easy take.
So we almost want like him to not have anything, kind of have a draw we don't care about off the top here. So we don't have to.
I think we could loot her away.
I think right in this current state, like it's probably free to get rid of Channeler, knowing what we're facing. It would just eat a purge.
Yeah, exactly. So, Sunbaked Canyon to prevent flood here, I suppose.
I like that. We're not afraid of the damage, unless for some reason we're supposed to keep Magmatic Channeler.
Right, which I don't think we are, but I kind of like understand the thinking. Oh boy, okay.
Good draws.
Yeah.
Get out ahead of this cryptic, obviously.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay. Bad insurance, but we need to, let's get some heavy hitters. There's some Lilianas here now.
So I think we do want to clear the way with Inquisition, even if it just forces the purge out, just to beat like a mana leak or similar. So Brutality definitely resolves.
Yeah, we almost know the purge will get fired off here.
Yep.
So, okay, that Miser's Moon is a good... The Vantresses and things can get a little out of control in these sorts of decks.
Absolutely. Alright, well, we've done a whole lot, but we're still just... we are left with a 1-1, you know? We've got the Giant, and that's cool, but yeah, as you say, Castle Vantress is going to do a lot of work. Not quite this turn, but soon enough.
Little Rakdos problem here.
Yeah.
Where if we had Tarmogoyf, I guess we avoid the purge.
Yes, very true. Are we valuing the stomp enough to hold that up, or do we want to just, like, take the 1-for-1 4-3?
I think in this board state, we just take the 1-for-1 here.
That was my thinking, but I am always a little unsure about giving up any value, so I like to run it by everybody, but I agree with you.
And Locthwain is scary. Vantress is scary right now. We need some heat. Okay. Not bad.
We did see Verdict G1, so we are playing into it, but I think we probably have to if we play that. Well, especially if they do something here. Shark Typhoon. I mean, we can stomp that. That's okay value.
I think we kind of like that, right?
I think so, because it's a 3-3. We got to take care of it anyway, so might as well get a 2-for-1 here. All right. Well, they didn't scry. last turn. That's some advantage. How do we like Kraken Canyon?
I thought that might be okay here.
I think we're probably supposed to, but it's definitely not guaranteed to be good. Another Islet, a Lightning Bolt. Okay, these things are okay, actually.
Yeah, Bolt actually might not be that bad here in case we see Mr. Shark Typhoon again.
Yep.
Okay.
Should possibly have taken the one to represent a black spell as well, but that's alright. Okay, did the dummies get over the line?
The derpy crushies. I mean, no scry. Kind of scary, but...
Yeah. I mean, surely it's just Cryptic Command, right? So...
I would think.
Let's go to attacks.
Oh. Snap. Cryptic, yeah. Takes damage there, okay. Whoa.
Alright. So let's play the bomb, and we're looking for a spot to bolt.
Yeah, hopefully he scries here. Ghost shields down. GG, Spike, unless that's a force.
Very nice.
Holy.
All
Big
right.
derpy's got us there.
Love it. Love it. So, on Zedra, still no sign of anything other than a control deck. Probably no sign of us doing anything different, I guess.
Yeah, I think let's go targeted discard and a Kroxa here, G3.
Yeah, let's do it. Moon cheese optional. I'd take it. I'd take it for the win if that's what it takes. No black. Yikes.
Can we play the long game against this with this hand? Probably not, right?
I don't think it does
Maybe.
enough. I'm inclined to mulligan.
Yeah,
like the bolts were good there. They're okay overall, but they're not really an opening hand card, strangely. I think we mull.
I agree.
Alright, we're cooking.
Heater. Okay.
Keep and bottom Dreadbore is probably the highest upside play for us. Not the only
Yeah.
play, but...
If we didn't have double 3-drop, could consider letting the Dreadbore go, but...
Agreed.
Could have kept the Dreadbore.
GG. All right. 3-lander with 2 2-mana discard spells. Or permission spells, so I don't think we take either of those. Either, therefore, Teferi or Cryptic Command.
Maybe Teferi here, he's got 3 land. We have no answer to Teferi, so that can probably just spiral.
Yeah, but we're also we're definitely getting Cryptic because we're not fighting anything. We're not resolving anything through the knots and leaks either. So we're just letting them go permission, Cryptic, assuming they draw the land. And I almost think we can beat Teferi more than we can beat Cryptic, but that could be wrong.
I'm not sure here, to be honest.
Because we
he's
can
likely
always
to
just,
get to the 4th land.
Draw Dreadbore. I'm thinking Cryptic, but I'm not. I'm like 55-45 on it.
Yeah, I think that sounds about what the percentages might be, and at least if he taps out for Teferi, we can kind of slam.
Yeah, exactly.
Fortunately, he's got a very strong hand.
Yes. And we took a mull, and we've got an okay hand, but it's a very, very much worse on the draw than it'd be on play. So let's just keep drawing 3-drops, I guess. There are worse things. I mean, I don't hate time walking these permission spells. Wow, did he draw? Oh, he drew a second
Comes in
flag.
tapped, so he's holding up Hunter Magic again here. I don't know. Okay, this is actually probably decent for us.
Yeah, I think so.
Pyro team down.
Oh.
We might be able to supposed to pitch one of these, maybe Ashiok.
Am I crazy to think? I agree, which is why like the fact that we drew another land makes me not want to play Pyro as much as if we'd drawn like another spell of any kind. Because we're
not going to resolve this though, right?
Well,
after this opportunity,
right? Which is why I want to think about playing Liliana, because she can eat away at the counter spells.
It's got Cryptic Bounce coming next turn.
Cryptic is out of their hand.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. We took Cryptic.
So I'm thinking Lily.
All right, that's.
I was wondering if you Ashiok to prevent him searching from Choke here.
Ashiok could be good here too, for sure.
I think we're
like if you down tick on Ashiok, mill him.
Yeah, I mean the thing is we know they have the fourth land already. Maybe Trocare is good, but not necessary for them to be operational. I think we have to stick the Lily under Mana Leak and Logic Knot.
I like that. I think I like Lily.
I think all three plays are good, though,
that.
and I'm glad both of you brought up all the possible lines here. But like we have
play in this instance, Ashiok gets a little better,
yes.
But because we're kind of behind on the board state, it's a little worse, I feel like.
Alright, they had a excess land to pitch. They're going to draw with Tef. Okay. Very interesting here. We could use the Thoughtseize just as Lily fodder, or we can lead on it. We can shock in and lead on it. And then plan to pitch Ashiok probably, and then stick Spyro.
I kind of agree with that, yep.
Okay.
Fortunately, you can counter both plays here, right?
Yes, but I'm thinking there's a non-zero. Okay, that's a no. I'm thinking there's a non-zero chance that the Mana Leak goes down here. Okay.
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
If
Maybe he's
worse
got
comes to
another one.
worse, you get some tokens. Just snap resolves.
All right, we're in it.
Some
We're in it.
decent ones. We got a game here, boys.
That was intense.
Don't do it.
Oh no, but just stop with the big tough. Oh, Batter Skull? Oh, okay.
I mean, we got a nice down tick here.
Ooh.
Down tick moon attack.
Yeah.
Fairy.
I mean, they can just still keep bouncing Batter Skull under the moon, but that's still pretty good.
He can't bounce if we attack him. Like, he can take it back to hand.
Yeah,
sure.
like with the Batter Skull ability.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to run that line out here fairly soon, I think. Are we supposed to... Yeah.
I think we do Slam Moon here, but it's like, I know. I know what you're thinking.
But I was like, nah, just do it. He's got no blue.
Oh, he's got blue. Still only one, but he's got blue. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bro. This is BS. Come on. He drew one or the other of these off the top. And I think it's this, because he probably would have played it over Batter Skull last turn.
Yeah.
Talk about whitelisted. Oh, we got Dreadbore. Let's go. All right. So what's in their hand? Do we know?
We attack.
Oh, yeah. Okay, attack first, sure.
Yeah. Discard Lily, pitching our Cobru.
I think so, yeah. Ooh, getting an island out of there, that's pretty good.
We in this game, boys.
Alright, so they get to bounce
we
Batter
had the
Skull.
lock, though, unfortunately.
What's that?
We had the lock there,
We had,
too.
yeah, we did.
Yeah. That spike whitelisted energy.
Alright, I think I like stomping here simply to empty our hand.
You can get behind that. Where's all the cryptics and the Archmage's charms? Like,
yeah, where's all
have
your
those
uncastables? Okay. I probably shouldn't have played that land.
Potentially. I can see reasons why you do, but
Yeah,
Hey,
probably
Mike.
shouldn't have. Didn't think of it. Yeah, let's try to get this game over with, I guess.
so are we saving this and saving the downtick?
I think we are.
Okay, I like that.
Because they've just got those uncastables in hand anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's the hope.
Yeah, I shouldn't have played the land. Well, we'll see how that goes for us.
I mean,
but
it gives you Pyromancer back to Bolt or Helix or
Yes.
like there's not no reason
Agreed,
to do
for
that.
sure.
So
Yep. But I just went through that one just a little quick, and if I had thought more, probably would have held it. But yeah, not strictly wrong.
this is interesting that he's thinking
Yeah,
here.
because he plays way faster than I do.
Spike and Stream versus Grim and Dogfish.
Yeah, exactly.
What's up?
The Grimquisition.
Taking on all 789 viewers in Spike.
The reflecting pool tech that he's always on is pretty cool. I looked at it for
Yeah.
a one of in my Sultai profane bug list until I remembered that I need a snowland base and had to revamp it. But
Those snows.
yep.
His mono bases are really cool. He's definitely been like pioneering this sort of. Well, we might get there like this. He's gonna have double attackers next turn, or double. So in theory, he wants to play his Batter Skull next turn, get a 5/5, and the Batter Skull. That's my guess, you know. So. Which I think, in theory, we beat here.
Yeah, I think so too. Dreadbore being sorcery speed is a
An
tough
opt
call
here
if
can get us.
yeah. I was gonna
Well,
say
no,
also especially I was gonna say more if they didn't play Batter Skull, like if they had another line, but with this as the line, I think we're likely to
Sort
do
of
it.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think they can. No, not with only 2 cards in hand, because Force is it's either Force or Opt, not both. So unless we are all missing something. I think we
We
did
could
it.
opt into a blue card and then force.
There you go. There it is. But they're not beating that lightning bolt. Let's go. All right, GG's.
You're okay. Bolt now. You probably are supposed to Dreadbore the Batterskull just in case things go bad.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. But I don't think they could go bad there, right? But yeah,
Well,
you're
we
right
just
for
couldn't
the
have
for the
attacked
attacks.
for-
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Whoops, didn't matter. Okay, well,
right,
little sketchy at
well
the
played,
end there.
boys, well played.
Little
That was
sketchy at the
awesome.
end there, but that was very well played up until
It's
then.
like, we got Bolt.
Dreadboard the wrong thing, and then no big deal. All right, good times. Thank you very much, my friends, for helping navigate that very tight one. And we're 3-1. We've cashed the league. We took down Spike. We're taking down everybody except the infinite gas off the top prowess deck. So let's try to close it out in round 5. All right, we're talk about whitelisted. How about this opening hand? If they're playing to the board, let's keep.
Based Cloy.
Based Cloy. Based Oko. In the blind, do we grab a Shockland here? Off of Catacombs? I think I would say yes. Otherwise, we're setting ourselves up for not double red.
Yeah, probably worth it off this first one.
We're not playing another RDW deck. Not with an Oko Avi over there.
It'd be Prowess, though.
Nah. Nah. Nope, it's the opposite. It's that deck. All right, well,
Pop out that hand if you don't
we've
mind.
got
Yeah.
just
All
prime
lands?
time and turn timber and all the lands. Yep.
That's
A relatively slow keep. Let's find a moon. We don't find a moon, but we can Kroxa.
So yeah, Locthwain, Kroxa. I mean, in a lot of ways, as long as there's no amulet, we're not that afraid of
Yeah.
Titan.
Things can resolve. We can Dreadbore them. It's not quite like it used to be with Field of the Dead. All right. Channeler. I think
I
that's
would
the
play that.
Yep.
Yeah. Here, it's probably likely we get a swamp since we're trying to live the moon dream.
Yes, agreed. Uh-oh.
No, second basic. All us.
Uh-oh. It's all coming together for them. Okay. I mean, we did it.
So, I think... Okay, so hear me out first. We have Kroxa in our bin.
Yep.
I know Bonecrusher is then our other threat to win the game. There's a chance we're supposed to go searching for a basic here. Or searching for a fetch or a basic.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Whether it's Dreadbore or Bonecrusher, I'm not 100%
Yeah, that's the
sure.
only thing I'm tanking over, really, but I think I like keeping these Dreadbores around, to be honest.
Me too.
All right. That way they also won't know that we just top-decked Blood Moon, They'll think something else. So we don't do it, but it is the 4th land anyway,
It's
I
alright,
guess.
though.
Doesn't really matter what one we take here, because we're mooning, so...
Maybe Canyon, technically, in case
Technically.
for any reason it gets destroyed or...
Right. Okay.
Yeah, especially because he has 2 basics, I guess we kind of have to keep the Dreadbores.
Yes.
Like, if we had Titan bricked, it'd be a different ballgame, but...
Yep. Alright, so now Channeler, this is your chance to really shine. We're going to find either the swamp or just keep chugging along with gas. We're in
These are the
selection
games...
mode.
Yeah, these are the games that make you like, if you like there's the fetch. If you like Rakdos, you like it for these sort of filtering. If you were drawing dead with, DBX color pair, you don't get this sort of ability.
Agreed. Okay. I guess we just Kroxa keep attritioning.
Yep. This is also the problem. Like, if you had Tarmogoyf, you don't even spin, you just attack,
Exactly.
right? Like,
Tarmogoyf
guess,
only goes
you know.
straight ahead, only goes in one direction, doesn't know how to spin. But yeah, hey, pros and cons, they're both sweet decks. And
it's a cool way to see the difference in a match like this.
exactly. They're both sweet decks, both about to be outclassed a little bit by Orzhov, I'm afraid. But hey, that happens. So, do we keep hanging onto the Dreadbore, spinning for a swamp, pitch the Bonecrusher, or do we...
I like just, like, casting a Bonecrusher.
I think that could be good enough now. Let's even up
And
those life
explosives.
totals.
It can explosives our moon away, so that's kind of the thing to be afraid about, like, in certain cases.
Sure.
But not game one when we have a mooned out. Because at least we're clocking now. Like,
Yeah.
what's he gonna go get? More basics to keep functioning?
Yep. I like those forests a lot. Those are good.
They're
Those are
pretty
good.
cool.
Well, that's a free spin anyway.
Swamp.
Okay.
Still got a Dreadbore
yeah,
here.
Still got a Dreadbore, exactly, but we take that, though, for sure.
Next turn, maybe there's a consideration to just play Kroxa, even if he plays another primetime. Is that just, like, risky?
There is some consideration, we'll have to see, but...
Another basic swamp off the top? Let's go.
Then we'd really be talking. Okay, we got lightning bolts. So Dreadbore bolts makes us a 4/4.
So Dreadbore and Bolt.
Yeah, if we just bolt upstairs, we're a 4/4. Then they're at 9. They're at 1.
So he can just throw in an attack here and see what he does. We have that free line of we bolt the Titan and grow.
No, because we have to Dreadbore to grow. We're only at 2 in the yard.
Okay.
So I think we just Dreadbore. Main.
Yeah.
All right, we got Kroxa waiting to escape. We got lethal from 2 different sources. That's G1. Let's go. That was so good.
Ooh.
That's why you play Rakdos. A match like that. We got main deck Moon, Channeler doing the thing, Kroxa relevant, very, very good all around. And we weren't even perfectly curving out, right? That was just kind of like...
Hitting our old basic swamp there. Felt good.
Yeah, it did.
Ashiok.
For sure. So I think there could be a role, but maybe a lot less likely to be able to be fit. In Rakdos, we can probably move away from push. Do you move away from all, or...
So when it's working
Edge.
and you have them mooned, it's dead. But, like, if you need to kill Dryad specifically in the early turns, Bolt's not going to do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bonecrusher, I usually shave one when I'm playing like 3. I'll shave a Pyromancer and a Bonecrusher.
Yeah, I love
but
shaving a Pyro. We'll definitely do that. I'm
it
sitting
just
shaving...
kind of leaves us to only Kroxa win con, so maybe Bonecrusher's worth.
Yeah, as a
like-
2 of, I think we could stick with it. We could trim a Bolt, and we could also trim a second Spyro. I think it's probably between those 2. Your call, DOGFish.
I think Bolt can definitely be shaved.
Love it.
Maybe Fatal Push, like, is Triumph just better than Fatal Push?
That's what
now
I
that
was
you're
just going to
playing Triumph?
suggest. Yeah, I think maybe. We haven't
I don't
gotten
hate
to
it.
use Triumph here, so let's give this a shot.
Thought we were gonna brain spike with it, but turns out didn't even need it.
Turns out good old Dreadbore was enough, which has been an MVP card here. You have made that clear over discussion the past few days, how good that is, and it's been awesome here. I think we have to maul here, don't you? Not enough disruption.
Yeah. It's trying to live the dream right there.
Yep. Okay.
There's a strange
probably
case
going
to keep
5.
this,
Yeah.
but we probably go to 5.
Yeah, probably go to 5, but strange case to keep. Completely agree. I think we go to 5, though. All right, I see Moon, I see 2 lands and an Inquisition. I'm going to hit keep. So, bottoming Spyro +1.
Yeah, and I think it's got to be Dreadbore.
Okay, I respect it. This is a nice 1-2-3 curve. We'll see if it does it against 7 from Titan on the play. Odds are still kind of low, but...
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, well, hopefully we get a... Oh, that's not bad.
Nope.
Hopefully our opponents
Ooh, ouch,
got a bunch
owie.
of... Hey, that's
They don't
good
have
for us.
much, though. Yeah, that's true. But it does seem like one of those games where they're going to have it off the top. But you never know. And all we got to do is stick a Moon. Hey, we can take turn Timber. So do we do that, or do we jam Channeler here?
I think we gotta get the third
agree.
land here. And this is where you go fishing a lot playing Rakdos like this.
Lots of fingers crossed. Ooh, Tireless Tracker. Oh, no. Shielded from the Edict by Grazer. Big yikes. Big yikes. Okay.
Ooh, big league draw.
Yeah,
Just play the Moon, right?
I think so. Yeah, we'll just deal with the tracker later.
Yeah, kind of just have to do it that way. Maybe get lucky on the stack here. Okay, with a bolt or a stomp. Now the stomp's gone, but
Let's go Lightning Bolt. Oh, no. Well, yeah, no, still on Lightning Bolt. Oh, let's go. All right, we Thoughtseize away the turn Timber, then Bolt the Tracker.
yeah, or hopefully he like drew a prime time or a
Yeah,
dryad or
something
something.
even better. Yep. Wow. Wow, that's some hype.
We're one away from being able to launch some attacks here.
Well, yep. Oh, my goodness. All right, that was cool. So, where are we with their hand? Garen Brigg, Talaria West. Okay. They play Garrison, which we didn't know about, so we know their whole hand besides one. We got Marsh Flats. Are we spinning that away? Yeah.
Probably.
It's not like definitely, but yeah, I think so.
Bonecrusher, not bad to just play out as a...
It's
Either,
not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's either that or get a Lily down and take the Islet.
I mean, he's got 1,000 lands, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking just Edict with the Lily. That way we can take up and Edict again if they have another tracker or something. And we can start attacking through the Grazer. I respect the clock of Bonecrusher, but that's what I'm thinking. You cool with it?
Hey, yeah. And getting Lily to where Edict is good, or our other Edict spells are good, is probably worthwhile here.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely seeing some corner cases when trying to flex the Edict spell into something not perfectly clean kill can get a little scary, even right here in this where we couldn't necessarily kill Tracker or.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
this Inquisition turns us into a 4/4.
It will. Is that better than having a third swamp? Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, you only should need 2.
Off chance it hits here too, but nope.
All land. How come this doesn't happen more often, Titan? Like,
Yeah,
how come
28
they don't have
lands
30
or whatever.
lands more often?
That's funny. They are sandbagging a forest, though. I don't know if we mentioned that, but that is a thing.
I'd like to fade a Dryad here for, okay, at least another turn.
Yes.
Kill spell now wouldn't be...
Okay.
Kill this dude and
kill it,
attack
yeah.
and go up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now we clocking.
Now we are clocking. First we go fishing, then we go clocking.
He's no Tarmogoyf. She's no Tarmogoyf, but 4/4
No.
not so bad.
But she's better than Necrogoyf, so we'll take it.
But we can cast Necrogoyf here.
That's
Off our
true.
Liliana
Off of
discard.
madness, let's go. Biggest draw, biggest type.
But it would be smaller than our channeler.
Yeah, Necrogoyf. I actually made a video about Necrogoyf. It's not out yet. I had to. Necrogoyf and Altar of the Goyf. Everyone knows they're bad, but I had to do it anyway. What do we think
Maybe
about just
keep
attacking?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we just keep that. Yeah, I dig that.
Are we going to see the Triumph if you control clause get fulfilled? That'd be
Oh yeah, we are.
Fucking-
On a Dryad, and then he's just gonna die from his Summoner's Pact
I
trigger.
think so.
Oh,
Ooh.
Rexage.
Okay.
Well, now we just do it. Discard a card, right?
Yep.
Oh man, this game just got scary.
Yeah, it did.
No. Alright, Blood Moon off the top.
Yep, we can crack Islet for an extra look. Wow. Really? So these were their 2 top decks were Titan and Summoner's Pact, huh? Last 2 turns?
I mean, scary. It was bound to happen,
I guess so.
unfortunately.
So now, even the moon off the top isn't the great. Well, it is because
shrinks
they.
us too.
Yeah, but they didn't get more forests, so they can't pay for Pact if we find a moon.
Yeah, he would die to the Pact, and he's got no way to bounce Talaria West currently. Spin this away. Ooh. Oh, we can't play. We can't play. Are we supposed to just edict play the Pyromancer? We have a bad clock now. We need cards. Maybe that's wrong, but there's, a reason maybe to
I
play
think
the
that's
Pyro.
totally fine, actually. Let's think about it. So they're playing totally off the top. So their good top decks are more Titans and Pacts, a bounce land to bounce Talaria West, although, yeah, they do have the blue for it. So they got a lot of good top decks, but I think I can play Spyro here.
We need the land. Hold on. Oh, you're edicting.
I'm edicting,
sorry.
yeah. Either way, we're going to edict. So I'm just
Got scared. Ooh, that Bajuka Bog even was a little,
yeah, it was.
cutting our clock back to 10 turns instead of 3 turns.
That's why we need a Gray Ogre to supplement the beats.
Gray Ogre time.
There's a moon.
Oh,
Okay.
if we spun, we would have had the moon.
Never mind that. This is just going to make the content better.
We're now sweating like crazy.
Ooh, overthinking or whatever. You know, it was a good call either way. Oh no, come on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's still actually kind of scary because we don't have the kill right now, but we're gonna find another bolt off the top. There's a pillage. All right, so we are, well,
Playing the moon for sure.
playing the moon for sure. And then do we just like tick Lily up, protect her,
Probably.
do nothing else?
I think you could search for a lightning bolt
Yeah, but then what do we
right now with
do-
Tracker.
Yeah, do we spin away the pillage then if we do that? Or no, we spin
No, I
away
think
cliffs
just their
and then...
cliffs.
Okay. Sure, I
Yeah.
can start there. I think that's a good call, actually.
Well, then we're gonna discard our pillage,
Then
right?
we're probably or whatever we draw. Well, no. Sorry. Okay,
It's not
okay,
a
so
draw.
It's not a draw.
Yeah.
That's the. Well, that's
think
why
we-
I didn't really want to do that in the first place because hanging on to the pillage is good.
Yeah, taking off
Taking
green
off that
altogether
forest.
off this would be huge.
Right. So that's. I think we tick up Pitch Cliffs, play Moon Pass.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
It would be nice to get a clean kill here, but like we're kind of in a good place, but also kind of in a dangerous place at the same time.
Yep. Exactly.
And like if he doesn't hit like exactly Dryad here,
Yeah. Summoner's Pact for Dryad.
oh, he loses the game.
yeah.
He doesn't necessarily.
Because we need to find a kill spell and then they'll lose the game. All right, come on. Kroxa, not it. So we can spin away Kroxa.
Spin like Kroxa, yep. Oh wait, do we leave Lily? No, we don't leave her undefended because we're getting one kill here.
Yes. And she's gonna die anyway. She's cashing herself into Edict. Okay, more of the same.
I think we take a pillage though, right? Still.
Yeah, I think we still do.
Oh man, this is so scary now.
Yep.
Do you kill the Valakut with no the extra pillage?
I was gonna ask what we kill. I think Valakut is a good call here. Right? Sure. Like, they only have one forests.
That gives us Kroxa at least.
Yep. Ooh, I can't believe this game. Oh, man.
Yeah, we got a game here. He can't play a Titan if he gets one off the top. He'd have to discard it
That's
to
it.
our Kroxa.
Nice. Woo! Guys,
Good
that was...
work.
What an intense league. We're going to go do a wrap-up here in just a second, but I need a drink of my water first. All right, my friends, thank you so much for watching. That was our 4-in-1, a twisty, turny, roller coastery 4-in-1. Big shout out to Warrior Dwarf, who is here with us hanging out. Thank you, my friend, for your support for this great idea. Got to quickly shout out the other new patrons like we did in the beginning. We got Spencer the Inquisitor, Elijah the Unearthed, Burned the brand new Tireless, and Noah the returning Tireless. Thank you, one and all. So big shout out again to Warrior Dwarf. Thank you to everybody else who was participating in the league as well, especially DOGFish, who was here for the entire thing. So anyone wants to chime in here, go ahead. If no one wants to take the floor besides DOGFish, you can kind of walk us through a review of what happened, my friend.
Yeah, big shout out to Dwarf, always active in the Rakdos channel of the Discord. We're kind of always feeding off ideas, so this was an awesome donation by him. And Grim and I have not been able to play any Magic together in a long time, so that's like extra cherry on top
Felt
for
great,
me
man.
as well.
For those who don't
It was
know,
fun.
DOGFish and I have been kitchen table Magic friends and foes at the same time since we were very little. And we've been on and off with the game. I actually suggested that we actually play a real format for once back in like 2016. That's how we got into Modern. We played a lot against each other, learning the format. Both made each other way better, I think. And yeah, it was awesome to play with you, dude. So we only lose to a progression of very, very nice top decks from Prowess, and accompanied by our flooding in game 1s and game 3s. Those were still really close games. I don't want to say that the variance was the only reason we did drop a game, because we had some hype top decks ourselves. Make no mistake, we had some good progressions and some extra hype top decks, but we take down big mana. We take down Aspiring Spike. We take down Weenie Shadow, as we called it, the Sultai Rogues variant. And who'd we beat in round 1? I've already forgotten.
Obosh.
Obosh,
yeah.
the grinder.
Yeah, not a very easy matchup at all, I don't think. So, West felt great, man. I'm glad we got to see a hype moment from Liliana's Triumph there at the end. The instant speed and the 2-for-1 was really good. I continue to think this card is actually something that should be very much on our radar. But Dreadbore really was like the workhorse removal of this league, right? But everything's showing up pretty big. Good moment for Lily. Couple great moments for Blood Moon, but we did see how it's kind of an imperfect fit in our deck too. But often doing just enough to get there in an ugly way, but in a way that's very powerful nonetheless. Everything coming together so nicely. A well-balanced Rakdos list. Dwarf, what are you thinking, my friend, after seeing all that?
I'm thinking possibly either adding shaving a Blood Moon for another land, or possibly just another fetch instead of a swamp.
Gotcha. So you want a little bit more selection and or consistency and or higher land count. That makes sense. Yeah, we did see that Blood Moon, certainly a mixed bag, but 3 is probably a pretty good number when the meta's like it is right now. I think between 2 and 4, this list could vacillate, so I do think trimming one's reasonable. And maybe if you trim one, you make room for another in the side. I'm not certain, but we got lots to like in this list. We've also got a lot of Predators coming for this list with MH2, so get your Rakdos swings in while you can, because the deck might have to reinvent itself a little bit. We've got that Sanctifier on Vec that could be a big problem, and also other archetypes maybe getting a little bit more power relative to Rakdos and Rock. The 2-color black-based decks may be eclipsed a little bit in the near future by Orzhov. Only time will tell. But guys, this was super fun. This is one of the most intense leagues I've played in a while. Couldn't have done it without you guys, whether as supporters or co-players or anything in between. So anybody else got anything to say as far as a wrap-up goes?
I guess stay tuned for new hype of Dothy double black win games. The Gathering card
Dothy
spoils here from Grim.
Dothy game winner coming soon. Do not sleep on it. I haven't even allowed myself to think too hard about it yet, because it would just overwhelm all other considerations. Card is looking like it's going to be nuts. So thank you out there for watching. As DOGFish said, stay tuned to the channel. We got more spoilers and more gameplay, and plenty of gameplay once MH2 drops. Appreciate your viewership, and take care. Let us know what you think about the list and the games, and we will talk to you soon.